Hello, Mr. Randy Duck, and welcome back for another video. And today we have 3 replays to show you in the Tier 9 German tank destroyer, the Jagdtiger. So recently we've been taking advantage of the string theory op and finishing off some of the tech tree lines we've yet to complete. One of which was the Jaeger E100 line, and we're now up to the Tier 9. And yeah, I'm going to be honest, one thing I really like about this tank is the gun. The gun is fantastic. You've got 560 alpha, and then you've got 276 penetration on your standard rounds, but then on your premium APCR rounds, you've got 352 penetration with 1,500 shell velocity, making this gun just fantastic. So the best thing about this tank is the gun. Obviously, it's a Jagdtiger. You're hole locked, and you don't have the best speed, so it can be a bit frustrating to play at times. Just when you're trying to get to locations, you do actually have pretty decent camo. I think I've got the concealment down to 287, and you do have a relative bit of armor. So when you are sort of top tier, etc., and you can get into some sort of brawls, you can actually brawl a little bit of it with this tank. The only problem is when you come across those tanks firing the heat shells. Obviously you've got quite a flat superstructure, so you can be penned quite easily with that. But you do have sort of 7.5 second gun depression, so you can sort of play like Little Ridge like this. We've got to this location. We're trying to get a shot into Sturv's cupola there. Unfortunately, we don't penetrate it. We're now trying to pull safe because we don't want to get any return fire while we're reloading. I think I've got the reload down to about 8.3 seconds without food activated. So you've got pretty decent DPM for your, you're really good DPM for your 560 alpha. And like I say, the gun is the best thing about this tank. It's just I find some games, overall I've sort of had an okay experience with this tank. Sometimes I'm playing it and I just love it because I'm getting the gun to work and it's fantastic. Other times it can just be a little bit awkward to get into the fight because obviously you don't have the greatest of speeds, and it is like I say, your hole locks. It can be awkward to play at times, and then if things are sort of slinging the heat shells at you, they can go for your superstructure, and that can be a bit of a challenge. But right now we're going to look to see if we can get any shots, cross shots onto these tanks in the middle, because that Sturv's kind of preventing us sort of pushing that way. It's a little bit awkward. We do fully aimed a shot here, and we pick up our first kill of the game, and actually our first penetration of the game, taking out that enemy pattern there. We are winning this game with 2 tanks up, but like I say, the Sturv on the right hand side is a bit awkward because I've got no one to really spot it. The Sturv is going to outspot us all day long because the Sturv's camo is obviously fantastic, but he does get detected. Like I say, I'm going to try and get a shot in there. I rushed that shot and that was silly. I could have aimed that and maybe I would have got a shot in the trap wheel and keep them tracked in place. At the moment, I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like it might just be the Sturv over there. If that tank was to get taken out, that would have given us the freedom to try and push up that way. Unfortunately, our friendly artillery piece has been taken out, so we're not going to be able to get any help from the artillery in taking that tank Sturv out. We're looking for a shot here in E100. We should be able to squeeze one into the side of its turret, which we do, picking up our second penetration of this game. Off to a bit of a slow start, to be honest with you. We don't necessarily have to worry about being capped out or anything. We're just trying to hold our ground, looking for these shots if we can find it into the side of these tanks. Kind of need this enemy tank, medium tank, to pull up just a little bit more, and we might be able to squeeze a shot into his drive wheel and kind of track him in place. We go for a shot. Unfortunately, we don't get much of an opportunity. I'm being conscious that if I do get detected here, then the Sturv is going to be able to shoot me square in the side of my tank, but I'm just trying to find a way to get some damage in this game. And at this point, I'm kind of thinking, I'm tempted to try and push that Sturv out and hug the border edge and just try and get rid of that tank, because I'm not really getting a lot done here. There's 10 tanks left. 4 of the tanks have already been, 5 of the tanks have already been taken out, and I just want to find a way to get into this game because I don't want to be left at the end of the game just with 2 penetrations and a kill. So I decided, I'm just going to go and try and light this Sturv myself. If I can get underneath the ridge, then I can keep him detected, and I might be able to keep myself safe. But I've got to get there. It's the crossing part which is the dangerous part, basically. Ideally, I'd want our friendly medium tankers with us to do this for us, because he's got the better mobility and he'll be able to get there a lot safer. Then I could try and cover fire. but sometimes you just got to try and make things happen for yourself, even if you're not in the best vehicle necessarily to do this in. But the tank side, enemy team are down to 9 tanks. A lot of the tanks are in the top left hand corner, but I know there will be tanks camping on the hill at their base. That's probably where the artillery is located as well, because there always is tanks there. So we do spot the spur. We try and just snap a shot in. We're just going to keep pushing here because our enemy front police, enemy artillery is looking to shoot us, and we want to try and get to cover behind those rocks. I'm kind of just trying to wiggle to make it harder for the Sturv to get a shot in. I'm also trying to get behind this rock, you see, so then I'm sort of only showing the side of my tank to try and ricochet. But the idea is I want to just stop this. I want to get rid of this Sturv. So if I can keep this Sturv permanently lit, then that's going to help. Unfortunately, our friendly medium tank, the friendly Centurion, who was with us, is now got taken out. So that's kind of the tank I was relying on to get shots onto this tank. Unfortunately, now I kind of probably just need my team to move up, maybe from the base, to try and get shots in. You see, this is what I want to happen. I want this Sturv to stay lit, so that maybe it forces him to full send us, which would kind of be ideal. I'd like that scenario, because I'm concerned about me pushing in to get shots into Sturv at the moment. I know there's tanks covering on the hill, and I don't want to get taken out, so I'm just trying to proxy spot him, hoping that he's going to get frustrated with being proxy spotted and either move and run, or try and push and get shots into us, or hope maybe my friendly team will get shots into this Sturv. Because look, I've not really done a lot of it, really. I've got 2 pens and a kill, and like I say, this game is ticking on, and I want to just get into this game. It can be frustrating when you're not into the game, but it looks like this Sturv is now turning to get shots, and he's kind of ignoring me to get shots into our friendly tanks. And now is my opportunity to come in and get the shots into this Sturv. Why he's not paying attention to us. Now we're going to be able to take him out. We get 1 shot into him there. If he turns around and tries to turn to us, I'm just going to shoot him in a track wheel and track him in place. But by the looks of it, he looks like he's going to get taken out. He's pulled back round. I'm going to move around to see if I can take out this Sturv before he escapes. Hopefully I should have the kill shot here. We do pick up the kill, confirming our 2nd kill of the game, and finally we got onto the damage board, picking up about 2,000 damage and a tiny bit of assistance. But there is only 6 enemy tanks remaining. We go for a blind shot on the hill there. Now we're going to push up. Like I say, we know there is tanks on this hill, and we're pretty confident the enemy artillery pieces on the hill, just because of where the arc of the shots landed at us earlier when he was shooting at us. So unless he's ran, it probably makes sense it's going to be on the hill, and then maybe we can try and pick up some damage. So I do have 700 alpha on my HE rounds with 65 penetration, so I might be able to load the HE and pick up a boost of damage there. So we get detected from the hill, but we're okay. We just want to try and get over here and get cover. Like I said, I know there is some tanks up there. I know there's that enemy heavy tank. I suspect the enemy artillery piece is there. I don't know what else is there. But here we go. There's only 1 shot medium tank for us, only on 11 hit points. We've got lots of hit points to spare, so we can afford to just keep pushing, even if he penetrates us while we're closing our distance. But he pokes the ridge, and we're able to get a shot in, picking up our 3rd kill of the game. Just keeping an eye on the left there as we make our approach. And then there's I think a VK here on probably 2 shot to us. But like I say, we can just afford to eat a shot. He's probably going to put one in the lower plate as we advance here, but then unfortunately that was just a poor shot by us. We could have aimed that, because the enemy artillery is also looking to get a shot in. We're going to beat his reload though. We're going to go through his superstructure. Like I say, we do have a high penetration there. That distance, our APCR is not going to lose any of that penetration, and we should be able to easily pen his superstructure there again. And we do put this on to, I think, about 3,000 damage and 4 kills. And now we load the HE shells to get a shot on this artillery piece, who is looking to try and shotgun us. I'm just hoping he's not going to full pen us here, so we can squeeze in that shot. We do get a nice HE pen. He's reloaded now. We're going to be able to take him out with our last HE shell, as long as we pen this one. And we do, picking up the 5th kill of the game, putting us on to just over 4,000 damage now, with an opportunity to try and pick up the 6th kill, confirming the top gun on the last enemy Super Conqueror remaining, which it should, we're just hoping we're going to get there before a friendly team and try and pick a shot in and catch him off guard. We do catch him rear on, so we're just going to try and aim this shot a little bit more, and then we pull the trigger, picking up our top gun, taking us into the first replay. But we got 2 more replays to come. So let's see how we got onto the scoreboard, and we'll move on to the next replay. So 6 kills, 4,500 damage, Around about 800 blocked, a little bit of assistance, and we do get the ace tanker and the top gun there. And let's move on to replay number 2. Okay, so here we are for replay number 2 on Cliff Encounter Battle. There is one enemy artillery piece in the game, but no enemy light tanks. So initially on Cliff, we are in a tank destroyer, so we are going to just wait and try and be a little bit patient initially to see if we can get any shots on anything that tries to cross going into the bowl, or any tanks which might get lit up at the back. Cliff can be, when you're a tank destroyer in this sort of location, a little bit boring at times, because you have to be kind of patient. I really just want to get into the game. But our friendly medium tank has actually pushed up and it's detected this enemy SB1 who gets quickly destroyed by our friendly S-Bahn there. And now we're going to try and move up to try and get any more shots, anything crossing. Like I say, our medium tank spotting these tanks, which is a good play. He's managed to get in there, which is allowing us to get shots in. Obviously, I'm behind this bush here, which is going to help increase our camo. And now I think at this point, I'm going to take a bit of a gamble because I'm getting a little bit, agitated. I want to just get into the game. Like I said, this is a risk. I've kind of taken this risk based on the fact that our medium tank is spotting the enemy team, and I'm hoping that's going to give us an opportunity to get in the bowl. I kind of know nothing's rushing into the bowl to spot us, and thankfully we do manage to get in there. But now we're going to take an opportunity to try and shoot this tank destroyer, and that was a filthy shot, penning probably his cupola there, picking up our second penetration. I was not expecting that shot to pen at all, and this game is ending pretty quickly at the moment. We're already 4 tanks up, and we're only into the very start of this game. Thankfully we have managed to pick up 2 penetrations, but if at this point the enemy team get trapped in their base, I might be able to actually sneak in some shots, because importantly we've won the hill. We actually have a tank on the hill, which means I'm not going to get cross-shot in the side. There is tanks going round on the outside of the map, but we have a lot of tanks who potentially could deal with that, and I'm just going to try and get the damages in where I can right now into these enemy tanks. We pick up another penetration, we pick up a 4th penetration and a kill. There's only 9 tanks remaining, and like I say, a lot of the tanks are just going to be in their spawn, looking to try and get a shot into the artillery piece, and we rack him, and we pick up a full hit points there on the enemy artillery. And it's always nice to get those ammo racks, especially on the fun police. We are detected, we kind of are full health, we're just taking risks here, but we might actually get shot. We just want to try and get the damage before it completely disappears. We do damage the ammo rack on this enemy heavy tank. We're looking to try and get another penetration in, which should be possible. We do damage his ammo rack, putting us on to 5,000 damage with 5 tanks remaining. Now we're looking to see if we can pick up the 4th kill here, which we do manage to pick up. And now we are getting shot by this enemy Progetto. He's put shot 2 in us, he's got 2 more left, he's put a 3rd one into us. We do get that 1 shot in there, and now at this point we're looking to see if we can squeeze the final shot in for the kill, but that looks like it's probably going to be it for us. There's 2 enemy tanks remaining, but they're too far away for us to get there, and we're probably going to wrap that game up with 5,500 damage and 4 kills. It was an incredibly quick game though, I think that's like 4.5 minutes, and we pretty much brought that game to an end. So at least we managed to get a decent amount of damage this time. Let's just get to the scoreboard and then move on to the final replay. So we do get 4 kills, 5,500 damage, and the ace tanker. But with one final replay to come, I will see you in a bit. Okay, so this brings us to the last replay of the video on Vineyards. We are in a southern spawn. There's 1 enemy artillery piece in this game and 1 enemy light tank. Now, initially from this spawn, I'm actually going to play the sort of more tank destroyer spot and use this hill sort of almost in our spawn, if you like, to the left of our spawn, to try and get covering shots on any of our teammates who push up onto their ridge, and we'll be able to get the covering shots in. It's a good position for a tank destroyer. Sometimes you find you get your friendly heavy tank sitting there, which I don't necessarily think is the great use of a heavy tank, but for a tank destroyer or tanks with good camo rating, it can be, you can use these bushes to try and cover your tanks to push across. Like this friendly medium tank who is pushing over now, we should be able to get decent covering shots into tanks they detect. So an enemy E75 has been spotted. We get our first penetration through the side of his turret there, and we're looking to see if we can squeeze any more shots in before he gets into cover. Unfortunately not. We're just knocking that tree down just to give us a little bit more foliage there to keep us, less likely to get detected. E75 gets spotted crossing there. We get a second shot in and he gets slapped by our friendly teammates there. Enemy tank destroyer there. He is poking for shots, so we're just waiting to see if we get an opportunity. We do have to be a bit, like I say, we're being a bit more patient than this one, and we are playing more, if you like a tank destroyer, and waiting for our opportunities for these shots. We get one nice track wheel shot into the T29 there. He gets shut down because of that. We pick up our third penetration, a little bit of track assistance, and then we pick up our first kill of the game and our fourth penetration. So we've actually had a decent start this time. We've got 2,000 damage, or over 2,000 damage, and a kill. That shot was probably a little bit poor. Could have aimed that a little bit better there on that enemy bar. Might have picked up a fifth penetration. I'm obviously keeping myself alert on the right hand side. Can we lose the right hand side on the mini map here, or the other side, then I might have to try and turn to deal with that. But like I say, Vineyards isn't the biggest of maps. I can cover our base just by moving slightly further forward on the right hand side if need be. At the moment, I'm just going to focus on just getting shots where they prevent themselves. But I feel like there's going to be more opportunities to get some damage in here with this enemy bar, and there's a couple of tanks here I might be able to get shots in. I'm just waiting for that opportunity. I don't really want to push over like I would if I was playing a medium or a heavy tank. I'm just going to stay a little bit more patient. So it is a close game at the moment. We are got the lead with one tank advantage. But that could change in a heartbeat. So we're just looking to see if we can get a shot into this Conqueror. No more shots are really happening, and I have noticed we have started to lose on the other side, and I might need to turn and deal with that and get into a position to try and defend our base soon, because I want to probably be in position to try and get the covering shots in. But as we do that, an enemy medium T54 gets spotted. We do manage to put them onto a one shot there, hoping maybe we get an opportunity, another opportunity to get a kill shot in. Just looking to try and get some shots in where we can. Like I say, I am conscious while I'm playing that on the right hand side. If something gets detected there, I might have to go and deal with it. But we do manage to finish off that enemy E75. Our tank on the far right on the map is actually spotting on that right hand side, so I will know if something comes that way. Enemy Conqueror gets we get shot into that Conqueror, putting us on to over 3,000 damage now. But now I am going to turn to try and address our base. I feel pretty confident that we're winning that side. We've got enough guns covering that side which I was looking at. Now I want to look and cover our base. Enemy T10 is spotted. We're just trying. We're fully aimed that shot, and unfortunately, I'm not quite sure what happened with that shot, which is a shame. We do end up failing to pick up a little shot of damage there. That one was a chancy one, so I'm not surprised that one didn't pen. But looking to see if we can get a blind shot onto this TD, just in case he's still there, but I'm not too sure he is, and I'll save my shot here just in case something else gets detected. Like I say, at the moment though, I'm in a bit of a risky position, because if I do get detected where I am, then I could get shot by a lot of tanks, and that's probably not going to be a great idea. So I'm trying to move to a position where I will at least have a bit of cover. And at this point, I'm also conscious if we don't like the cap, but maybe the enemy team are going to cap out. So I just want to be close enough to be able to do something about that. And I'm actually thinking about going into the valley here. As we go into the valley, we do detect some tanks. I'm thinking, oh, this could be awkward. But we do get a shot into one of the tanks. We're going to try and focus them out. Try and focus these tanks down. This T10 I want to take care of first. I want to kill him before the other tanks come in so I don't get surrounded. Looking to try and get the finishing shot, and then the second I get that shot in, I'm going to back myself up into this wall so the enemy tanks can't get behind me like this leopard really wants to do. But now he's got no way of getting behind us, and we should be able to take him out with the help of my friendly teammates here. He is put onto a one shot. We're on about 5,600 damage here. We do get the kill in, confirming a fourth kill with 5 tanks remaining. And there's still a chunk of damage here. This enemy Sturm comes in, he's trying to kill our E75, but get the track shot in, pick up a bit more track assistance, putting us on to just over 6,000 damage here. And we're on about 800 hit points. So we're looking to see if we can back up and get a shot into this enemy tank here, but he's getting absolutely slapped. This T29, that was just a chancy shot because it was the only shot I had. It doesn't pay off, and there's only 3 tanks remaining now. So it was close at one point, but at the end there we managed to sort of confirm up that win, if you like. Well, I mean, we should win in theory now. We are, 7 tanks of 3. I mean, things have happened. It doesn't always end that way, but I'm feeling fairly confident. They do take out a tank, another tank, bring it down to 6 versus 3. But now I'm going to try and just get over there and hope I can get there to get some damage in at this point. Just going to go straight through the middle of the map. Like I say, I'm not the quickest at this stage, and this is where I'm thinking I'm probably not going to get anything here. Maybe if they peak high enough, I might be able to squeeze in a shot, but I'm not going to stop and wait. I'm just going to keep going, and unfortunately, there's only 2 tanks remaining now. They don't really have a lot of hit points left, so I'm feeling like my chances of getting any more damage is kind of dwindling as this goes on. But you don't know, so I'm not going to give up. I'm just going to go over there just in case we're able to pick up one more shot, maybe confirming a 5th kill would be nice. But if not, we've gone on. We still had a decent game. We've still got 4 kills, 6,500 damage, a little bit of track assistance as well. And that is it. That does bring us then to the replay. And yeah, this is the end of the video. So what do we get? We get 4 kills, 6,200 damage, 800 assistance, 800 bot, the ace tanker and the high caliber. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. And remember, happy tanking.